Your intent is to have all main structures carved and smoothed and engraved, with smaller structures like shrines and individual houses and small taverns will all be built. That's a neat idea. Yeah. Very Moria. The value of this. Wait, we made it. Guild Hall's been satisfied. Uh-oh. An Etten named Ecod has come. A giant humanoid monster with 2 heads, but are literally covered in artifacts. Okay, so when the Cyclops died, I just forbid all of its artifacts, which are all right there. And now we've got this dude who's covered in artifacts. It's time for this B squad to have an opportunity to do something. So we'll see how they go. It's a High Master Shield user. This is a pretty talented one. Some good artifacts. They're all. I need to build a vault. I haven't done that yet, but I need to do that. Maybe that's the next priority now that we've just got that Planters Guild done. Uh-oh. Well, it's fighting with my trading caravan, which hasn't actually made it off the map yet. It appears that Lycott, the dwarf here, says, I cannot just stand by. There's no need to feel vengeful. They're both just missing each other. The Etten has dropped Dal Canodum. Mace Dwarf bashes the Etten in the left hand with a silver mace, bruising the muscle. It's a pretty good weapon. Hopefully the traders get by. This dwarf is in an existing conflict and is now firing bolts. None of these are my dwarves. These are the traders. Lycott appears to be trying to be a hero here. Is stunned because probably got charged at. Yep, got collided with. Has got knocked over from a charge. The Etten here has been dodging a lot of stuff. Strikes got parried by a mace, though. They seem to be pretty evenly matched, but Tholtag is coming in to assist. Not that they're going to do much of value. Tholtag probably going to have a hard time with this. Recently, Lycott said, I've improved my fighting, and I'm very satisfied. He's very satisfied upon improving his fighting. A dwarf gets thrown out of a tree, but is fine. Kib the merchant is probably about to join in with this fight, and probably about to have a very bad time. Yeah, I pushed him off, and the Etten says I've improved my fighting. That was satisfying. Moving forward, and it appears that Kib the merchant is now bleeding. Kib the merchant should probably just run away if I were to give Kib any advice. Then we have Tholtag, who's climbed back up the tree and has just fired a steel bolt at the Etten and hit him in the lower arm, tearing the fat. But the Etten, maybe while they do have like the ability to grasp somewhat impaired, they haven't really taken much damage. They are getting tired though, which is a pretty big deal. Now, unfortunately, it appears that the Etten was able to kill both a horse and also a trader. So a lot of items have just been dumped into the fort. So I wasn't able to successfully sell any of these items. That sucks. So we're going to get blamed for that. The Etten, attacked the horse, but it scrambles away. It strikes the horse in the head, fracturing the muscle and the skull. So just like one tap the horse. Struck it multiple times in the head, fracturing the skull. That's rough. We can unpause the game, pushes the Marks Dwarf down. The Marks Dwarf is dodging pretty efficiently, I would think, and is still managing to get bolts into the creature, which aren't actually stuck in permanently, but it is firing bolts. Bolts are missing. I'm hoping that my squads will get here at some point. The creature is now bleeding, and it appears that Tholtag is doing the majority of the work as an adept Marks Dwarf, is backing up to keep firing bolts. The creature is still bleeding and now actually does have some bolts lodged in its neck, stuck in its throat specifically, which is pretty brutal. The lad got hit in the head, which fractured the skull in the left head. Took a shot to the toe, one to the throat. The dwarf has jumped up to a higher level, I think. Nope, the dwarf is just on top of it, probably smacking it. Okay, well, he's dodging a lot of hits. And the dwarf has killed it. Who's now seriously injured, but did successfully kill the Etten. And says, I've improved my observation. That was not satisfying. Now we have a bunch more bodies, or a bunch more items underneath this Etten. Well, that could have gone better. That could have gone better, but also could have gone a lot worse, I think. You tuned in at a good time? That's one way to put it, yeah.